Have you ever wondered if the soft voice inside you is more than just a fleeting thought? Perhaps the universe has led you right here today to discover a deeper truth, the magic of soul communication. In this first chapter, we will explore the mystery of the inner voice together and reveal its significance in our lives. Let's start the journey together and lift the veils that envelop the mystery of our soul. Soul communication, a term that sounds so mystical and at the same time so familiar, describes the ability to receive and understand the messages of our soul. It is the silent flow of wisdom and insight that flows through us, often unnoticed, but always present. This inner voice is not just another thought in the daily chaos of our mind. It is the echo of our deepest desires and longings, the essence of who we really are. But why is it so important to hear this voice and pay attention to it? The answer lies in the depth of our existence. Our soul is like a wise, old friend who knows us like no other. She speaks to us in moments of peace, in dreams, and even in quiet moments of everyday life. Your messages are like a compass that shows us the way our heart really wants to go. If we learn to listen to this inner guidance, we can make decisions that are in harmony with our true self. It's like reading a map that leads directly to the hidden treasures of our lives. But how do you distinguish the gentle whispers of the soul from the loud, often confusing voices of everyday life? Everyday thoughts are like leaves in the wind, they come and go, are often chaotic and characterized by external influences. They are the echo of our fears, worries, and social expectations. Soul messages, on the other hand, are more profound, quiet, and full of clarity. They come from a place of knowledge and love, free of fear and doubt. They are like a gentle breeze that reminds us of who we really are and what we really want. Now that we have gained a first insight into the fascinating world of soul communication, we want to look at the techniques that can help you hear and understand this inner voice more clearly. Get into the magic that slumbers in you and be excited about the upcoming chapters that will show you how to make a deeper connection to your inner self. In the silent depth of your interior rests a source of wisdom waiting to be discovered. This soft, gentle voice that speaks to you in moments of silence is the key to soul communication. Now that we have discussed the importance of this inner connection, we dive into the techniques that can help you hear this voice more clearly and decipher its messages. In order to strengthen communication with your soul, it is important to cultivate a calm mind. One of the most effective methods to achieve this is the practice of meditation. Through meditation, you learn to calm your thoughts and to focus your mind on the essentials. It's like opening a window to your inner universe, where the wisdom of your soul shines. Start with simple breathing exercises, focus on inhale and exhale and let go of all other thoughts. In this state of mindfulness, the messages of your soul can stand out more clearly. In addition to meditation, keeping a diary can also be a powerful tool to recognize your inner voice. Write down your thoughts, feelings, and dreams regularly. This practice helps you to recognize patterns and gain insights that could otherwise go unnoticed. It's like drawing a map of your soul that leads you to the deepest parts of yourself. Write without censorship, let your thoughts flow freely and observe which messages and topics appear again and again. Another way to strengthen communication with your soul is mindfulness in everyday life. Be attentive to the small signs and synchronicities that you encounter. These subtle hints can often contain important messages. Whether it's a random conversation, a book that falls into your hands, or a recurring thought, all these experiences can be clues to what your soul wants to tell you. Now that we have explored these techniques that help you hear the low voice of your soul, we come to the dreams that often serve as a bridge between consciousness and subconscious. In the next chapter, we will deal with the role of dreams in soul communication and how you can interpret these fascinating messages. Let's continue this journey and dive deeper into the mysteries of your inner self. As we move on this fascinating journey of soul communication, we now enter the mysterious world of dreams. Dreams are like a mirror that gives us insights into our inner self, and they are often a channel through which our soul communicates with us. In this chapter, we explore the meaning and interpretation of dreams and how they can serve as messages of our soul. Dreams are more than just random images and scenes that move through our mind at night. They are profound and meaningful experiences that often subtly convey important insights and messages to us. Our soul uses dreams to talk to us, especially when our awake consciousness is too busy or distracted to perceive the gentle hints of the day. These nocturnal visions can draw our attention to unresolved conflicts, suppressed feelings, or untapped potential. The interpretation of dreams is an art in itself, a journey into the depths of our subconscious. There is no universal key that can decipher the meaning of a dream for everyone, because they are deeply personal and unique. In order to understand your dreams, it is helpful to keep a dream diary. Immediately after waking up, note all the details you can remember. Even if it may initially seem like random fragments, patterns and symbols can crystallize on closer inspection. These symbols are like puzzle pieces that must be assembled to reveal the larger image. Another important aspect is the emotion you experience in your dreams. Pay attention to the feelings that flow through you while you dream. These emotional experiences can often be a direct indication of your soul's messages. Do you feel happy, anxious, or confused? These emotions can help you understand what your inner self wants to tell you. Maybe your soul will ask you to deal with certain feelings or take a new perspective. A famous quote from Carl Gustav Jung reads, "The dream is the small hidden access to the soul." These words emphasize the deep connection between our dreams and our inner self. Dreams are not only messages, but also an invitation to deal with our deepest fears, hopes, and wishes. You can help us gain clarity and lead us on the way to a more fulfilling life. Next, we will deal with the obstacles that can interfere with soul communication. Sometimes internal blockages and external influences can prevent us from clearly receiving the messages of our soul. In the next chapter, we will explore strategies to overcome these obstacles and establish an unhindered connection to your inner self. Stay tuned, because the journey to discover your soul has only just begun. Now that we have understood the meaning of dreams in soul communication, we turn to another essential aspect: the obstacles that can block the clear connection to our soul. These obstacles can be both internal and external in nature and prevent us from clearly receiving and understanding the messages of our soul. In this chapter, we will examine the different types of blockages and show ways in which you can overcome them. One of the most common obstacles in soul communication are internal blockages. These can occur in the form of self-doubt, fears, or deeply rooted beliefs that prevent us from recognizing the true nature of our inner voice. Self-doubt is often like a veil that clouds our perception. They make us doubt our ability to interpret the messages of our soul correctly and make us feel insecure and hesitant. In order to overcome these blockages, it is important to trust yourself and be open to the messages that reach us. It is a process of self-acceptance and letting go of negative beliefs. Another major influencing factor is external influences and stress. In a world characterized by constant distraction and hustle and bustle, it is often difficult to hear the quiet whispers of our soul. The demands of daily life can be overwhelming and distract our attention from the inner voices. It's like we're standing in a crowded room trying to hear the quiet singing of a bird. To counteract this, it is important to create moments of silence and withdrawal. Whether through meditation, walks in nature, or simply consciously switching off technology, these practices help you to break through the noise of everyday life and establish a clear connection to your soul. Sometimes past traumas or unresolved emotional conflicts can also act as barriers. These deep wounds can unconsciously block our ability to receive the messages of our soul. It's like a cloud that covers the clear sky. In such cases, it can be helpful to seek professional support, whether through therapy or spiritual support. These processes can help you heal old wounds and restore your emotional and mental clarity. Now that we have identified the different types of obstacles in soul communication, we come to the strategies to overcome them. The first step is to become aware of these obstacles. They are often deeply hidden and require a conscious reflection in order to be recognized. Once you recognize them, you can start transforming them. Develop a regular practice of self-reflection, be it through diary writing, meditation, or conversations with familiar people. These practices help you to connect with your true self and remove the obstacles on your way. Now that we have devoted ourselves to the obstacles that can disrupt our soul communication, we will focus on the power of trust in the next chapter. Trust in the messages of our soul is crucial to integrate their wisdom into our lives. Stay tuned, because we will discover how you can strengthen trust in your inner voice and progress on its path. After dealing with the obstacles that can affect soul communication, we now turn to an essential aspect: trust in the messages of our soul. Trust is the foundation on which a deep and fulfilling relationship with our inner self is built. Without trust, even the clearest messages can sink into doubt and uncertainty. In this chapter, we explore how you can strengthen trust in your inner voice and integrate its leadership into your life. Trust in the soul messages means listening to the quiet, inner wisdom, even when the mind tries to steer us in a different direction. It takes courage to follow the invisible thread that leads us to our deepest wishes and longings. Sometimes this path may seem unconventional or insecure, but this is exactly where the magic of life lies. Our soul knows the path to our highest potential, even if our rational mind cannot always understand it. It's like going through a thick fog in which you can only see the next step, but trust that the path will reveal itself with each step. In order to cultivate this trust, it is important to remember again and again that your soul is your best counselor. She knows you better than anyone else and always wants your well-being. One way to strengthen trust is to gain positive experiences. Remember moments when you listened to your inner voice and it proved to be right. These memories are like anchors that help you to strengthen trust. When you look back on these anchors in times of uncertainty, you can remember that your inner guidance always works for your best. Another powerful tool is visualization. Imagine that your inner voice is a shining, warm light source in your heart. This light radiates love, wisdom, and security. If you are in a difficult situation or have to make decisions, close your eyes and connect with this light. Allow yourself to feel his warmth and let him guide you. This exercise helps you to connect with your inner trust and find the clarity you are looking for. Including positive affirmations can also help you to strengthen confidence in your soul. Repeat sentences such as, "I trust my inner wisdom," or "My soul leads me safely on my way." These affirmations act like seeds that are planted in your subconscious and can grow there. They nurture trust and support you in hearing your inner voice clearer and clearer. It is also helpful to study examples of people who have listened to their inner voice and have thus achieved great things. Think of Mahatma Gandhi, who said, "The moment I lost confidence in the voice in me, I lost confidence in myself." These words remind us that trust in the inner voice is synonymous with trust in oneself. Now that we have strengthened confidence in the messages of our soul, we come to the next chapter, the integration of these messages into your everyday life. It is not enough to just listen, it is crucial to act accordingly. Let's explore together how you can translate the wisdom of your soul into concrete, everyday decisions. Stay tuned, because the journey to the full development of your inner potential continues. Now that we have consolidated trust in the messages of our soul, it is time to take another decisive step, the integration of these messages into your everyday life. It is an act of courage and devotion to follow the instructions of your inner self and to translate them into concrete actions. In this chapter, we will explore how you can integrate the wisdom of your soul into your daily life to lead an authentic and fulfilling life. The integration of soul messages begins with the awareness and willingness to accept changes. Our soul often speaks through subtle hints and intuitions that guide us in certain directions. Perceiving these signs and acting accordingly is an expression of trust and respect for our inner wisdom. It's about listening to the quiet whispers that tell us when we should take a break, when it's time to take on a new challenge, or when we should let go of old, no longer serving patterns. A practical step towards integration is daily reflection. At the end of the day, take a few minutes to think about the messages you may have received. Ask yourself, what clues did my soul give me today? Did I notice her? How did I react to this? This daily practice helps you to stay mindful and to include the instructions of your soul in your daily decisions. Another important aspect is the willingness to make changes. Often, the messages of our soul lead us into unknown or unpleasant areas. They challenge us to step out of our comfort zone and open ourselves to the new. This can mean ending a long-term relationship, taking up a new profession, or even moving to a new city. These changes are often associated with fears, but they are necessary to realize our full potential. It's like walking along a path that is constantly changing and leads you to new horizons. To facilitate integration, it is helpful to build a supporting network. Surround yourself with people who understand and respect your journey. These soul companions can help you in times of doubt and encourage you to continue your path. It is important to remember that you are not alone. Many people go similar ways and can offer you support and advice. Another key to integration is the development of a regular spiritual practice. Whether through meditation, prayer, yoga, or other forms of spiritual practice, these practices help you to connect with your inner wisdom again and again and to anchor it in your everyday life. They are like anchors that stabilize you in stormy times and give you orientation. Now that we have understood the integration of soul messages into our daily lives, we come to a final and equally important topic: continuous reflection and improvement. This last phase is crucial to ensure that we stay on the right path and continuously deepen our soul connection. In the next chapter, we will explore how you can regularly check your progress and further develop your spiritual journey. Stay tuned, because the adventure of soul development is a journey without end. Now that we have dedicated ourselves to the integration of soul messages into everyday life, we are approaching the last, but by no means unimportant part of our journey: continuous reflection and improvement. This phase is an essential part of ensuring that we not only perceive our inner leadership, but also constantly build on it. It is the process of self-examination and adaptation that helps us to continue our spiritual journey and realize our full potential. Continuous reflection means stopping regularly and checking the course of your life. It is an opportunity to listen deeply to yourself and to evaluate whether you live in harmony with your inner wisdom. Ask yourself, am I on the way that feels right for me? Do I feel fulfillment in my actions and decisions? These questions are like a compass that helps you to orient yourself on your path and make sure that you do not get off the course. A helpful practice is to take time monthly or quarterly for a deeper reflection. This can be done by writing a detailed diary in which you record your experiences, challenges, and successes. It is a moment to pause and appreciate both the highs and the lows of your path. Also make a note of the insights you have gained by communicating with your soul and check how well you have integrated them into your life. Another important aspect of continuous improvement is the willingness to accept changes. Life is dynamic and constantly changing, and so is our inner state. Sometimes we realize that certain decisions or paths that we have taken are no longer in harmony with our true self. It takes courage to recognize this and act accordingly. Be open to new ways and let go of the old when it no longer serves you. This flexibility is a sign of inner strength and confidence in the flow of life. The role of gratitude must not be underestimated in this process. Gratitude for the lessons we have learned, for the challenges we have mastered, and for guiding our soul. It helps us to focus on the positive and to remind us that every experience, be it good or bad, is part of our spiritual journey. A regular gratitude practice can help you keep your mind and heart open and focus on the good in your life. After all, it is important to motivate yourself again and again and to stay inspired. Read spiritual literature, listen to inspiring speakers, or find communities that share your spiritual path. These sources of inspiration can offer you new perspectives and help you deepen your soul connection. Remember that the journey of self-discovery never ends. It is an infinite process of learning, growing, and unfolding. With these tools of reflection and continuous improvement, you have everything you need to successfully continue your spiritual journey. The connection to your soul is a precious treasure that should be cared for and appreciated. Use this time to illuminate your inner light and live your life in harmony with your true essence. This concludes our journey through the world of soul communication. We hope that you emerged inspired and strengthened from this experience. Remember that you carry the power within you to shape your own reality by listening to the quiet voices of your inner self and following them.